All right, welcome to episode
39?
39, I think. 39 or 40, because we don't know if we're going to do the casual one. As episode 39 or 30. 40.
Is that going on Inside the Paint?
It is, yeah. I'm not making a whole other podcast just for that.
All right, well, let's do that then.
We're in
We're
person.
in person, baby.
We are in
yeah.
person. We are in person.
I can touch them. Yeah,
So
touch
we,
you guys.
so we
All
can,
right,
so we
well.
can beat John with all of his stupid fucking comments now.
Yes.
We'll see. I only have the best takes, though, is the problem.
Oh, no.
Where's your ukulele, Luke?
I didn't bring my ukulele.
You
I did
forgot
not bring
your ukulele.
He forgot the
ukulele today. We're also on Instagram Live right now, so if you, I can do Twitch, so I guess this is second best, I guess. But, yeah, so we have a long list. If you could look at that,
Literally
hopefully,
top to bottom of that page is filled with topics.
yes. So this, we might not have posted in a while, but this is probably going to be a longer episode. But yeah, but if you see me looking over here, that's where the camera is for the Instagram Live. So I'll be trying to check in with comments if they come in. But if not, yeah, we're gonna try and do one basketball podcast, one casual podcast, and we'll try and do 2 episodes today. We'll talk about like the trip and stuff on the other one, but we'll just get into the topics today because we had a pretty crazy trip so far.
We have.
And there's still one more night to go.
Ooh,
So,
it's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun night.
but yeah, let's start with something a little easy here.
There's never any easy.
No,
topics
there's
with
not.
this. You will argue about anything.
There's not. Okay, here's one. One trade idea that could help any contending team that you think right now. So you can trade for any player. Any player's available.
Anyone's available.
Anyone's available.
Well, I mean, then I would choose.
But it's got to be realistic.
Okay, well,
Oh, okay.
Like LeBron's not going to get traded.
I see, but I was going to trade LeBron to the Cavs.
Okay.
No, I actually would not trade LeBron to the Cavs. I would go after CP3 for the Cavs. Get someone who has real experience and is a floor general, and let him guide all those young people. I would not bring LeBron back.
So LeBron is not a floor general. He doesn't have any experience.
This
I mean,
isn't
he
going to
does.
turn into a LeBron debate.
Okay, hold on. No, he does. But they need a guard. They have a bunch of forwards and stuff. They need that position at a guard. And that's what I was going for.
Okay. It's possible. I could see that. So where would you put Darius Garland, a true point guard? Because they do normally have Colin Sexton, they have Darius Garland, they have Ricky Rubio now, and then Isaac Okoro can play the 2.
I put Garland at the 2.
So, and you would have CP3 at the 1, obviously.
Rubio's already on the bench. Sexton's out for the year. And Okoro can, play the... I'd have him coming off the bench, probably.
But yeah, you're not going to LeBron coming off the bench. I say a realistic trade for me, at least, for a contender. I obviously want my Cavs to do well, so I would probably try to trade for I don't know if I want a floor general, but I do want someone to help out with my small forward position, because that's, I feel like, where we're lacking the most. We've got Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Darius Garland, and Ricky Rubio. Right, we're good there. But I think Isaac Okoro is just, I don't want to say he's slacking, but really not pulling too much weight. So I would really like to see a trade for, if at all possible, the guy on the Bucks, Chris Middleton. I think he'd be a great addition. You'd have to give away a lot for him, though. So I don't know about all that, but
Yeah, for me, realistically, I would... If I was the Hornets, I would go after a center. There's been rumors that the Pacers want to move on from their current 3. And
We'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
That's actually the last topic. That's
Last
on this
topic.
pick.
But
on this
I'd go after Turner. He's not going to be huge on the offense, and they don't need offense, but they need a big guy who's great on defense, and that motherfucker can block shots like no one else in the league. think
That's a
so.
good point. I also think the Lakers, or not the Lakers, the Cavs would benefit from Avery Bradley. Because they've got, I mean, Isaac Core is pretty good on defense. Evan Mobley speaks for himself. And then you got Jared Allen. I don't even need to say anything about Jared Allen at all. But where they're really not doing well, and this is statistically proven, they don't have the greatest of the smalls offense. I mean, Ricky Rubio and Darius Garland basically have no defense at all. So if you get Avery Bradley, a guy who can score, can shoot, but is really good at defense, it's over.
We could also
Over.
say Avery Bradley can help like almost half the league right now in their pursuit of the title.
I mean, yeah, he's one of those players that is a very small skill set. Not many people have what he has, which is awesome. But
Okay. Well, before we get into more topics, today's jersey of the day.
oh yes,
It's a Cleveland jersey. Brooklyn, don't hate me. Actually, you shouldn't hate me. It's a former Brooklyn Net, so one of my favorites that unfortunately got traded.
who?
Jared Allen.
Who?
Jared Allen.
Who's that?
The Fro.
The Fro. But yeah, we went through.
He's a Cavalier now. We took him from you,
You did,
He snatched him.
and now he's playing
but
phenomenal.
now I can see him play. Cause I'm not going.
You
to
did
Brook-
see him play.
I did, and he did great.
He dunked,
He did. He dunked. He alley-ooped. He blocked.
blocked. He stuffed.
He stuffed somebody.
He stuffed somebody.
What else? He got an alley-oop. He got fucking dunks, some free throws. It was great.
He passed the ball at some point.
He did. He had some assists. They had to get
Dribbled
two.
it.
He dribbled the ball. He was on the court.
He was running up and down the court.
It was very surreal because I love watching basketball, obviously, but I don't really have much of an opportunity to go watch it live. And seeing some of my favorite players in the same
We
building
saw
as
a
me,
lot of memorable players. We
We
saw
did.
Kyle Lowry.
We
We
did.
went to the Cavs versus the Heat game, so we saw Lowry. We did see Oladipo. He was on the
Mhm.
bench.
We saw Tyler Hero. Obviously Jared Allen.
We saw Taco Fall.
Yeah, we
We
saw
saw
Taco
Taco
Fall. We saw
Fall.
Kevin Love.
Kevin
Wow.
Love.
I think the only people we didn't see was Jimmy Butler and
Bam.
Bam, because they didn't make the trip.
and then
to
Colin
Cleveland.
Sexton.
Colin Sexton, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I saw him either. But yeah, to see those people live were, because like it's funny. They all look a certain size on TV,
Yeah.
and then you put them in like a real life viewpoint, and they're like, oh wow, you are really tiny
The court
compared
too.
to
The court was really small.
Yeah.
yeah. You
And it's
don't
so
you don't
weird.
see that on TV. The court seems so big.
Yeah.
The court there is like a lip
Yeah.
of what it is.
Seriously, it's insane.
Yeah, but that was. We'll get more into that on the.
I also got this hat at that game, and I do have a confession about the Cavaliers. Historically, I have hated all three of the professional Cleveland sports teams. I'm a Steelers fan, I'm a Yankees fan, so I just decided to hate all of them. But this group of young core is starting to turn me into a Cleveland fan, just slightly.
And I'll tell you what, this is
Little by little.
in all of my years that I've really been following the Cavs, even with LeBron, this is the one that has the best chemistry. Even in 2016, we had phenomenal players. They played really well. They had great chemistry and everything. But I think this year is really like, it gives me We Believe Warriors vibes. Where, but like they're not bad though.
Yeah, the grit and grind. Memphis
Exactly.
vibes, yeah.
They really want to actually do very well. You got young guys who are really trying and stepping up. And the thing I see about the most is there were times where we were about to lose. We were falling out and not making any shots, not throwing down any dunks or anything like
Yeah,
that.
the Heat came back from multiple double-digit deficits in that game.
And we picked right back up and we showed him who's boss. And
Yeah.
that was really awesome. And I'm very proud of the boys.
It was just a great game to go to in
It's
general.
fun.
It was a close game at the start, so it wasn't really like a one-sided game.
I mean, up until like 5 minutes left in the
Yeah,
fourth,
it was pretty
close,
one-sided.
And then Cleveland.
Oh yeah, and then me and John got matching beanies. I just don't. It's over there, somewhere. Oh, that. Look at that.
got matching.
Actually, well, no, it's pretty hot in here. I was gonna put it. on.
I was going to put mine on, but
Yeah,
It's pretty hot.
It's pretty warm in this room right
Pretty
now.
warm.
Yeah, just
I'll
This-
keep it in my lap.
the thing about the Zoom or Discord live streams and podcasts is we could control the temperature to anything we want. You can't control one room.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can.
And the fan is helping though.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not picking up that much, but Yeah. So this was a topic that they wanted to discuss, but I already had it on here. This was my fourth topic, and it's MVP rankings, but not the main MVP. You have to give top 5
Okay.
right now.
You want to go first?
Do I have to rank them 1 through 5?
No, we can do any particular order. No
Okay.
particular order on it.
Steph Curry is up there. Kevin Durant is up there. I'd say Giannis is up there. I'm trying to think of other people right now. I want to say Gobert just to piss off John, but I'm not actually going to put Gobert.
Yeah, Gobert's
There was
first.
not joking, like second week of the season, I saw this one statistic about like top 5 people who were in like the lead of the MVP race, and the second week Gobert was at the top of that list, and I sent it to John. I'm like,
Oh yeah, he did.
he's gonna win.
He went off for like the first 2 weeks.
He did really well. He earned his contract in those first 2 weeks, but
He
then he
did.
kind of fell off.
Yeah.
He's not doing bad.
No, he's just not doing phenomenal.
Right.
I mean, outside of those 3, at the moment, I don't see anyone else winning it. I mean, I think obviously Jokic is still in the conversation because he won last year. Maybe Damian Lillard could join that conversation, but he has to drag the Trailblazers back in. So right now I don't have 5. I just have those 3. 2 of them are in the East.
I have the same 3. I would rank mine. I have KD very close second as coming in with Steph Curry. 3 would be Giannis. I'd say Joel Embiid it has to be up there. I mean, especially without Ben Simmons. And then I guess I really want to put in what's his name for the Celtics? Tatum. But they're not really doing well enough for that.
They're currently 9th.
Yeah.
Even 500 record.
Right. So if they can really start to pull out of there, and obviously Jason Tatum leading the charge, then I could see him getting like 3rd place. I don't think they'll win it though.
I've heard a lot of bad things about that Celtics team. Like internally, I've heard a lot of bad things recently.
It started with Danny Ainge.
But yeah. So before we go to the next topic, John, where the hell is the shirt?
Excuse me?
The shirt. Get the shirt.
The shirt?
The shirt.
The
Okay.
shirt.
So I came here to Cleveland on my own, and we needed to pack all this podcast stuff into a bag. And I can't zipper it up. Hold on.
Well, in the meantime, I'll just talk to you
yeah,
guys
you
about
do.
something.
You talk about
I
something.
love the Cavs. Best team in the league. They're not going to win the championship this year because Colin Sexton's not there. But once he comes back next year, I'd be so surprised. I would kill myself if we lost the
They
championship.
could easily, not easily, but I could see them making the 2nd round this year.
I think this year?
This year. They have I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but they do have a chance. Depending on who they match up with in the 1st round, they do have a chance to beat someone else.
I mean, it's not even Christmas yet. So I think after Christmas, they'll start to go down a little bit more. You're going to have teams with more experience climbing up there. But if they can get a solid 6 or 5 seed, they could make it to the 2nd round. But we'll see. They're forward number
Yeah, but
right
then
now.
the experience might help, but then they're super young, so they could play as hard. They could play super hard for longer
They
than
could.
these other teams will be willing to in the regular
It's
season.
very good. That's very true. But you ready?
I am.
How do you want me to do this? You want me to just hold it up?
Oh, well, okay. John is very, 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 very open about his sexuality.
This shirt has been shown on the podcast before.
I know. But just in case
And
people
we're
haven't
very
seen it.
proud of him for being so open
Yeah.
about it.
And it's we commemorated him with a nice T-shirt with one of his greatest shows. You might have to get up and show the.
I'll get up and show them.
It's I am a LeBron sexual T-shirt, a little LeBron face and.
It has
some
my
hearts.
name down there.
It does. It's your quote.
It's
It
my
is
quote.
his quote, no one else's.
Do you guys have your name on a T-shirt? I didn't think so.
Not
Didn't think
quoting me, no.
I didn't
I
think
could
so.
I could take those off. I could literally take your name off of that
I
T-shirt.
didn't-
He is
I didn't
the
think
god
so.
of this.
I did not think so.
Anyways, if you're looking for something that's not John related, and that's probably most of you.
But the problem that I have with this is that if I don't want to wear this right now, where am I gonna put it? Like to travel and stuff.
Well, I was just saying, I'm like,
that is an issue.
I drove here to Cleveland by myself.
Yeah.
I had so much equipment here.
Oh yeah, I got all the podcasts. You can see the wires and shit. It's all over the place.
It's a lot. So, I decided, hey, why not make a backpack? Look at that.
Do you
So
think
if
it'll
want-
fit?
I think it would fit.
I don't. Listen,
You should try it.
I really do have some confidence in our products, but this is stretching.
Hand sewn by us.
Let's try it.
It fits.
It fits.
That's a 3 to the dome.
So many pockets in here. I actually love this backpack because it actually does have a lot of pockets. But yeah, if you want something with our logo on it, get those at our shop. It's in the Instagram bio. Put that back. Okay. We have a lot of stuff laying around from just us staying here. So I was just afraid that you were gonna knock over something.
I was too. I was afraid to look back.
Yeah, because we have like 3 chip bags on that counter that John's blocking. But yeah, that's it. It's in our Instagram bio, and if we're live, come say hi. We tried doing TikTok, but apparently you need 1,000 followers for that.
We have 992, so
Yeah.
we're close.
No, 999.
Oh, is it 99?
Yeah, so we just need that one.
If you could be that one.
If there's a bug on some people have said that there's been bugs where they see that we only have 1 follower on there.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
that's weird.
It's a shame.
But if you keep following, we will. Yeah, we'll be there in time. Oh, look at that! Ben's looking at the shop.
I brought up the shop. I wanted
Yeah.
to bask in its glory.
Yeah,
Oh, I have a sticker.
we have
know that?
we have the 1-year anniversary Roman numeral things on there. You can get tote bags.
God, I almost brought that.
Water bottles. I'm thinking of getting that next.
Do we have
the
T-shirts?
backpack. Of course, we have T-shirts.
We have T-shirts that say "Inside the Paint."
Yes, we have ones that our logo that says inside the paint or just the icon.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Tie-dye shirts. We have mugs, water bottles, hats, trucker hats. I actually might get a trucker hat. I'm not even joking.
I'm definitely getting a flat brim hat.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Next topic.
We have cooking aprons. You could cook with inside the paint.
I've completely forgot to take those off the shop. So you better get them while they're still good.
Get them while they're hot.
Because I'm probably going to take those off once I remember. Probably when I edit this and I remember, oh yeah, I got to take off the fucking aprons. But yeah, enough plugs. We are back into this.
Inside the sponsorship.
This is recent news. It just happened yesterday. We saw it. Mr. Stephen Curry
We watched this game too. It was,
breaking the 3-point record from Ray Allen.
Yeah, he did. That was amazing.
And then did you see the thing where they brought Ray Allen and Reggie Miller? They got him a jersey with his name on it with the 2,974.
Mhm.
That was cool. But yeah, that just signifies how he's the GOAT at shooting.
It's
Yeah,
funny
3-point
because
shooting.
he did that. He beat Ray Allen in about half the time it took Ray Allen to reach that same.
yeah, it's
number.
about 60%.
And how old's Curry now? He's 32.
Mr. Statmaster, do you mind?
How old?
Yeah, he's got to be like, I'd say like 30.
I guess he's 31. That's
31.
my guess. That's my guess right there.
Earliest probably is
33.
so he is
wrong.
33.
His brother is 31.
Gotcha. I don't know. For some reason, I always thought Seth was older than Steph.
No, he's the younger.
Yeah, but yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
There's not really much to talk about with that. It's probably all over the news. There's nothing. It's been
He
trying to.
got the record.
It's been preparing for like a week now.
So I
So,
taught him everything he knows. So
but I'm gonna package these 2 topics in the same thing. So, Ben Simmons. We haven't talked about him in the podcast.
Not for a while. There
That's-
hasn't been any news
It's a
for.
complete lie. We've had him on for like 4 straight episodes.
he's a child.
He really is.
He's a child, yes.
He's an immature.
So basically, Lillard has been saying he wants Simmons in Portland.
That was.
Was it fake?
It was reported that Lillard had said that. And then a few days later, Lillard came out with his own statement saying he never publicly made that comment.
Publicly, maybe not.
So, he either A, never wanted that to come out, or B, it was taken out of some sort of context. But when was asked about it, he pretty much denied the fact that he wanted that trade to go through.
Okay. But anyways.
But Ben Simmons did like the post that he saw when he said Damian Lillard wanted to play with him.
Gotcha.
He'd be lucky to get a roster.
This also isn't very much like debate news or talking about news. Most likely, if a Ben Simmons trade was to happen, it's most likely going to be a 3-team trade.
I've seen that. I've seen a bunch of different.
3 or 4-team trade. I even saw a 4-team, which would be insane.
Fuck it, 30-team trade.
But here's an interesting one I found. So November 27th is probably when I wrote this topic down. But the Lakers were 10-11 at that point, and they had up to that point they had the easiest schedule in the NBA. So who's to blame for that? Is it Westbrook?
I'll let
Vogel?
John do this one first.
All
and
right.
then I'll go after.
All right, let's hear what John has to say.
What I'm gonna say now, in their last 7 games, the Lakers are 5-2. For those of you who actually watch basketball every single year, Russell Westbrook does start off slow. Every single year. No matter what team he's on. Especially in these past few years, because he's been on 3 different teams.
It wasn't necessarily much with the Thunder because he knew that team. But every time he goes to a new team, he's slow for the first 15 games.
But when that team, like when OKC got Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, he started off slow then too. Mm-hmm. Brand new team, basically. Yeah. And that's why Carmelo's numbers went way down. Mm-hmm. Right? And so I don't blame this on Russell Westbrook. He'll pick up. But I do blame it on the front office for introducing basically a whole new cast. It didn't work last year, so they said, well, let's just do a blank restart. Let's obviously keep the guys who we want to keep. Anthony Davis, LeBron James.
They should have kept Caruso.
I think they should have kept Caruso. The problem is they really couldn't afford Caruso.
That is true.
They paid so many other people, including Russell Westbrook. They got 3 max contracts right now. And so I think it's way too early, at least for the Lakers, to say that they're going to make the championship or they're going to not make the playoffs. They have the potential to go anywhere that they want to go. It all depends on what they want to do.
And that is my point, that I don't feel like them as players have that desire to go out and win the championship. Anthony Davis, early on in the season, said that he himself had nothing left to prove in the league.
Yeah,
this man has had almost no individual accolades, and no, he definitely has a ton left to prove. Because 5 years ago, we were talking about Anthony Davis being the next great power forward in the history of the league, and now he's maybe top 3. Mm-hmm. Westbrook has also come out and said that the Lakers aren't eyeing a championship this year. Bull fucking shit. You don't go out and get all these goddamn players to not go for a title. Their culture, their atmosphere, and their thoughts towards the season is not a title-winning season. They don't have that drive anymore, and that is their issue. They will make the playoffs. They'll probably get to the second round, but they will not go further than the second round. And it's because of their attitude towards this season.
Yeah. Quick question for you, Ben. Who's Siegel 72? Is that your mom?
Yes.
Oh, she just requested to join the live.
Hey, my mom.
But then I think she took it back, or I didn't press it.
I was about to say, she should be working at the moment.
Macy's also on. So
she's also should be working at the moment. What?
Macy, go to work. Or go work.
Go work. We need money.
Oh, shit. I know, we don't.
Yes, we do.
I was about to say we all need money.
Yeah.
We do. We need money after, what was that, Tuesday? Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
I don't know. I try to forget about it.
We'll talk about that more in the other podcast if you guys are curious what happened on Tuesday.
Macy says she's on break, and your mom says she is working.
Yeah, I called it. That's why she doesn't have a meeting. She normally does talk with meetings right now.
But yeah, the Lakers, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're the one. It might be chemistry, yeah. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, in all of NBA history, bringing together a ton of veterans who have had some to a lot of individual success and have been on title-winning teams. You put all of them together, it has never worked. It didn't work with the Lakers in the early 2010s. It didn't work with the Rockets in the late 90s. Or was it the Trailblazers? I can't remember where they all joined up at.
Well, I mean,
but it almost never works.
they had in the late '90s, yeah. But when Clyde and Hakeem teamed up, it worked.
Barkley and Pippen as well.
But they weren't on that team.
No, but
You talking about the later one,
Barkley
but-
and Pippen teamed up.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. But it didn't work.
But
It never will work.
Well, they
Follow
were
up.
both also on the decline.
I'll give you that.
And so were the Lakers players too. I mean, Carmelo Anthony is. Where everyone is very surprised that Carmelo Anthony is averaging like 13 points. Right. Just goes to show you. So.
But follow-up question of that is Frank Vogel in the hot seat. Would you put him in the hot seat, or do you think it's more of a team issue, not really much of a coach?
I can't see you literally looking at it justifiably. I can't see you putting Frank Vogel in the hot seat because you have so many personalities, so many big names. Any coach is going to have a hard time coaching that. We saw Steve Kerr have a hard time coaching that in the Warriors in those final 2 years with KD there. We saw him struggle, and people were thinking it was Kerr's fault. It's not always the coach's fault. He was put in this situation to coach an unbelievable amount of personality, and there was maybe only 4 coaches in NBA's history that could properly coach that team.
Yeah.
Without having any big issues and storylines branch off from like chemistry or random rumor news. And Frank Vogel is not one of them. And that's not a diss to Frank Vogel, but he just can't do that, and you can't blame him for that. Unfortunately, if they don't do too well in the second half of the year, he might be blamed and fired for it.
I think for right now, because I mean that's kind of what the coach's job is. You got to set the tone a little bit, and it's a little bit of LeBron's fault in my opinion too. I love LeBron, but LeBron as the team leader really needs to step up and be like, hey guys, if you don't want to win a championship, get the fuck off my team. Yeah. And so I don't really blame Frank Vogel, especially it's before Christmas even.
Yeah.
Right, a lot of people even know that Christmas Day is kind of when the NBA really starts, and you can't fire someone or even put them on the hot seat for before that, especially when you throw in a million new names, and having most of those names be already established and everything. Those are unrealistic expectations. So, but I mean,
I do have a question for you guys. Out of, without necessarily watching each and every game, what would you guys pick out from a team's, just looking at stats, what would you pick out from their stats that would tell you if they are a contender or not? Like a true contender or not?
defense.
Their defensive ratings?
Ratings.
I also have another one. If a team wins 40 games before they lose 20, they are a legit contender.
Okay.
In my eyes, they are.
A legit contender.
Are almost 98% sure that they will make their conference finals, if not the finals.
Okay.
If you could win 40 games before you lose 20.
All right. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. I think the Cavs' biggest weakness is their defense.
Yeah.
So I don't
No,
think
that
they're
was
gonna-
definitely true. We saw that time and time again. They just stopped and let easy cutbacks into the literally right under the rim, and also it was more of a what's his name? Evan Mobley. He is young, so he's still learning.
Oh my God.
But he left PJ Tucker and other members he was guarding so wide open in that corner, and they made them pay almost every time I felt like in the first and second quarter, PJ Tucker drained 4 threes in a row
He
from
was their
the
leading
same
scorer.
spot.
Yeah, the thing is, it's gonna be a short-term problem. You got Isaac Okoro, and you got Evan Mobley in the draft.
Yeah,
Both
he's
defensive
young.
players.
He just
Yeah,
has to
they're-
learn the NBA's defense.
It's
and all
gonna be a
that.
short-term thing as long as they can keep the young roster.
That's
just-
the key.
Yeah, and they can keep everyone till they are a little bit older, like in their prime, I will say. Even though probably some of them won't make it to a prime, they'll probably most likely just be fringe starters. But yeah, that's their plan is to just have
And-
Evan Mobley and Crow grow up a bit and hopefully build some muscle or something.
The thing I'm really worried about is that Cleveland sports teams are notorious and historically very cheap when it comes to new contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's killed the Browns, that's killed the Indians, and I really hope it doesn't happen, but it might kill the Cavaliers when it comes time to really get these guys a new contract.
Yeah.
Well, next
Same.
topic.
Next topic.
I should have brought the shirt.
You should have brought the shirt.
Damn.
I had to pick one of the three. I didn't have the backpack. Is the problem. I didn't have enough
Should we
space.
just take a quick break and show how many layers of Cavs gear?
This
I
dude
only
had
have
like
2 right now.
this dude came in with 3.
Yeah,
I did.
Just on his
we got in
upper
the same
body
day as the game, and like right when I walked in the building, he had that sweatshirt on, then a little quarter zip long sleeve, and then he had his Colin Sexton jersey, whatever.
I only brought Cavs gear.
He really did.
Sure.
He brought
Only
Cavs
brought
gear and then like a few lacrosse related gear from high school.
One sweatshirt because I wanted to make sure that I had a sweatshirt, and I forgot I brought this.
You forgot you wore it?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know where my jacket is. Oh well, and it was on my body. So
I had a customer yell at me at Home Depot for a mask related thing because my mask fell off and I went to pick it up. He's like, "No, that was my mask." I was like, "No, it wasn't." He was like, he was wearing his mask too. He was like, "I had a mask in my pocket and it just fell out." And I was like, "This wasn't
is
it."
it the one you're wearing?
And then he reached into his pocket. He was like, "Oh, I'm wearing it." I was like, "Yeah, thanks for that."
I don't want to go. Like I love Cleveland Cavaliers, but like I've been here for a few days, and I don't know how much I like it very much. It's not the best place.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. It's not bad.
it has its
We
areas.
have a nice view. You can't see it, but we
A nice
we can.
view of all the concrete jungle and the crackheads.
The fucking crackheads are amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice place. Whoopsies.
Homeless people can be
Stick
pretty
to it.
entertaining too.
Yeah. But I'm gonna give you this. One current last place team that can make a surge in the playoffs.
But define last place.
Yeah.
Like division last.
Like under the play-in line.
Yeah.
So 11 and below.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
Hold on. Let's read them off. This is as of what's today's date?
The 20 what?
15th.
15th. Jesus Christ. So in the East, the teams that are outside of the playing game, we have the Raptors, the Knicks, Pacers, Magic, and Pistons. And then in the West, we have the Trailblazers, Spurs, Rockets, Thunder, and Pelicans.
I'm saying Portland and the Knicks. I think Portland because once Damian Lillard kind of picks up pace, if he picks up pace, might be able to squeeze in there. And then the Knicks were so good last year. They have a Christmas Day game
Yeah.
because of how good they were last year. And so I think that if they can get their shit together, they can really make a surge. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They might be able to squeeze in there through a play-in game.
Yeah. I'm going to say the Knicks pretty much for the same reason you did. I'm actually really surprised they're so low at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the Spurs, just because under Greg Popovich, they always seem to pull something off, even with not a good team. They always seem to be in the playoffs almost every year. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that because Damian Lillard alone will not be able to bring the Trailblazers.
Right.
Yeah. But another team that's looking to rebuild is the Pacers already. I'd say it seems like they literally just like had pretty much everything together. They had Sabonis, LeVert, Miles Turner. They had it.
Brogdon.
Malcolm Brogdon. Who's that one? Who's that other guy?
You talking about T.J. Warren?
Warren, yes. T.J. Warren. But now they're looking to rebuild.
I just remember T.J. Warren being so hyped up, and then they went and played the Heat in the bubble, and then Jimmy Butler just destroyed T.J. Warren.
Well, he was knocking down shots left and right every team. Like getting 30, 40, 50 a night. And then Jimmy B just smacked them down.
Yeah, but they're looking to trade Sabonis, LeVert, and Turner. So
I thought Brogdon was a part of that.
he might have been. I think this question was off like the top of my head.
Send them on to the Cavs. We'll take them.
Listen, if I can get Allen and LeVert back, they are definitely my second favorite team, though.
They are not.
Those were my two.
They will not give you Allen back. I'm sorry. At least not through trade.
No, I was talking about if the Cavs can get LeVert.
Oh.
We can get LeVert.
That'd be
I'd
nice.
be happy with that because he can play shooting guard.
But the question is, what would you have to give up for LeVert, and would it be worth it?
Probably not.
Yeah.
You'd have to give away some bench guys. Absolutely.
I'm honestly not surprised that the Pacers are rebuilding. Luke said that he kind of was, but they've had, I think this is like their third or fourth year with Brogdon, Sabonis, and Turner, and they still aren't doing anything. They're currently 13th in the East. There's no way. I don't even see them making a play-in game.
Yeah.
And at this point, yeah, why cling on to a roster that is maybe going to get you into a play-in game every year? Get some draft picks, maybe get a few other really young players who you could build as a project.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Sabonis definitely has value. He's one of the top. He's a power forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see an argument for a top 3 power forward from Sabonis. Miles Turner, not huge on the offense, but his defense is outstanding. And then Brogdon is he's a really good all-around guard who's just very underrated. And they can get a lot of decent stuff for him. I'm not saying they're going to have all the picks like the Thunder have the next few years, but they might be able to squeeze 2, possibly 3 first-rounders out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I just lost what question I was going to ask next. Well, we already did. John already said one of my topics was can Lillard get back into pace and get Portland back in the playoffs.
So I got you.
You got me. You get me. How long have we been going for? I can't even tell.
We're kind of. We started around 3, so about 45.
There's literally a countdown thing right there. I can't see it. Can
Where
you
is
see
it? Left side?
See where that red button is
Yeah.
down there? Where that red dot?
37 minutes.
What?
37 minutes. We're tearing through these.
For real. Because most of these are trash.
Well, a lot of
Hey,
these are.
you pick the topics.
Yeah.
I know, but like
They're
there's
trash. Damn it.
Okay, here's one.
Well, they're not like huge in-depth ones. It's more just
No.
us throwing words.
Well, I have a million topics. I got a bunch of questions. So if we ever run out of material, I got your guys' back.
Okay.
All right.
Here's one. Do you think Derrick Rose deserves more credit for the Knicks rebuild?
No.
No, I'd say no as well. He's still a great player, but he's not doing what people like Alex Caruso are doing or Avery Bradley is doing. He's there. He can win them a game every once in a while, but he's not the reason they rebuild. He's not the reason they're turning things around. So no.
What's their coach's name? Tom Thibodeau?
Yes.
Tom Thibodeau. I fucking hate
Thibodeau.
that.
Wasn't he the coach for the Bulls when Derrick Rose was super injured?
Yes.
I think that's why.
He was also the coach of the Timberwolves.
I remember that.
Which was why Jimmy Butler got pissed
I
and
was
left.
going to say, yeah, that's why
That's why I
when
fucking hate
Jimmy Butler
Thibodeau,
was there.
because we had such a good team.
Yeah. Well, you guys were an 8th seed.
Well, here's another
Before
player.
Jimmy Butler got injured, we were the 3rd seed.
Were you?
Yeah, we got up to 3rd before Jimmy Butler got injured. And then he got injured, and then
Yeah.
everything else fell
Plummeted,
apart.
yeah.
And
Okay.
we had the number 1 pick 2 years ago. Like, it was bad.
I think I think for the longest time, Derrick Rose, and I think this has molded his game. I think he got injured, and he was like, okay, it happens. Got injured again, very similar way, out for a very long time. And at that point, he was like, I'm very scared now. And so his whole game changed. He bounced around. Teams didn't take him.
Yeah, it took him a while to figure out a playing style that he was still
Do you
effective.
remember when he was on the 76ers?
I remember.
No. He was on the 76ers?
Who? Who are you talking about? Butler, right?
No, Derrick Rose. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm out of it today.
Jimmy Butler did not have all those injuries. And
Yeah.
I mean, he bounced around, but he didn't have all those injuries.
But what I'm trying to say is that I think Tom Thibodeau is very notorious for overplaying players.
He is, and that's why they had done so well last year, because I think Julius Randle was averaging like 35 minutes a game.
At least. And what's his face? Derrick Rose was overplayed in Chicago. And I think that's what Tom Thibodeau is really afraid of now. Because Derrick Rose was getting like 20 minutes a game last year. He's getting like 11, if that now. And that's why his numbers have gone down.
Yeah.
And so I don't believe that if you would have asked me, could Derrick Rose help that rebuild? Absolutely. But it's all up to Tom Thibodeau.
Here's another player that I feel like is a lot better than when he left.
Yeah.
Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge.
Explain, please.
Yeah.
Have you seen how consistent this man is every single game?
It's pretty consistent, yeah.
He adds so much to the Nets now. You didn't see that when he. That's okay. Why you acting like? I'm getting confused, or like you don't agree. How do you not agree with that?
Because I don't think that like as an individual player he's gotten any better. But his experience alone and his size is really helping out the Nets.
It's a veteran presence in that locker
No,
room.
he's way better now than he was before his first stint with the Nets. Way better.
Before his heart condition, which forced him to a brief retirement.
You're
then
saying
he came
okay.
back.
I thought you were talking about on the Spurs.
No,
Okay.
he's old as shit now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I knew what you were talking about. I mean, it's just like last year. They just have so many pieces that you could pick almost any one of them and be like, yeah, they're an underrated reason of why they're doing so well.
No, I could pick one right now. Blake Griffin. He's not even in the rotation.
Yes, an underrated reason why they're doing so well.
Yeah.
Same as LaMarcus Aldridge.
Marcus Aldridge, I don't know. I don't know what got into him with those doctor visits, what he did, but
Steroids.
He said fuck his heart.
dude, for real.
It's gonna work no matter
Like
what.
he's getting like 15 points a game, but he's
not
like
playing bad.
he's like 5 for 5, 4 for 5. Dude, I'm having deja vu right now.
Of
This,
We've never been in this position.
I know.
Yeah.
Ever.
I know, and I remember you saying that.
It's a little weird, Luke.
what did you dream the other night? My God.
You're transcending this corporeal time.
I have no idea. I don't know. I just remember you saying, well, "We've never been in this situation before."
I mean, I've said
We've
like,
said
when
that multiple
No,
times.
but I remember this setting.
the table here and then us recording.
don't get me
Maybe
wrong,
not much of the table, but maybe just like us, like this.
I remember, like, I know where you're coming from. There's sometimes it seems like you've been in the exact same situation before, but you never have.
I know you haven't. I've never been in your
Luke,
apartment.
You need to go to the hospital right now. I think you're having a stroke.
We need to check you into a mental facility.
All right. Well, we're gonna end this episode early.
And we'll pick it back up in the hospital room.
Yes.
Yes.
I got you guys.
Live from the Cleveland Clinic.
Well, do you guys remember when LeBron got 2 fans ejected from courtside?
Yes.
Do you remember? Do you know the reason for that?
They were they said Bronny should. I hope Bronny dies in a car accident.
Yeah, in a car
Did they
wreck.
really?
Yeah.
I never saw what they said. I just saw LeBron.
Yeah.
I was
I have here-
so angry.
Gets 2 fans ejected. Fans were saying, "I hope Bronny gets in a car wreck."
That's so fucked.
So can I speak on this real quick?
Yeah.
Please
So,
do.
hold on. Let me give the context. So like, everyone was booing them because I don't know. They thought I think was LeBron away. He had to be. No way they would say that. In Los
It
Angeles.
was an away game. It was an away game.
So, and then fans were booing him because he looked like a baby and wanted these 2 out because they were trash talking him or whatever. But no one knew what they were saying, so they were just booing him because they got ejected.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that was the context pretty much. But you can go ahead.
I think LeBron has the baby persona a lot because he draws a lot of fouls and really he sells a lot of fouls too.
But yeah, he's
He
the main
really
guy
sells.
in the league. So
Really
he's like a
sells.
Tom Brady. Everyone,
Exactly.
most people don't like him.
You either love him.
You can respect him, but you don't like him.
You either love him or you hate him.
And you don't like him because of the dominance he has had and the longevity of the dominance they have.
Yeah.
If your favorite team was getting beaten down by LeBron James for 15 years in a row, I wouldn't much like him either.
Well, look at me. I'm a Bills fan. You think I like?
You got bitch slapped by Tom
Brady
for years, and now you're about to be bitch slapped by Mac Jones. But you
Mac
were
Jones.
bitch slapped
Dude,
by
we
Mac
need to
Jones.
talk
I wasn't
Mac
bitch. I
Jones.
wasn't bitch slapped by Mac Jones. We were bitch slapped by the running game. Mac Jones only threw 2 passes.
Yeah, that's been really weird. Mac Jones doesn't really throw a lot.
Well, that was the game where we had 15-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, 15 was like the breeze at that game. Literally like kicks, like a warm up, a kicker kick from like a 35-yard field goal. It didn't even reach the field goal post because it went and blew back.
Welcome to Inside the Paint, our football podcast.
Welcome to Inside the Hash Marks. Oh, dude, that would be dope.
That would be a dope.
I just don't know much about football. I just watch it.
Well,
I know a little bit.
I just read the headlines. And
Dude, I have an idea. I always had this dream, where we create Inside Podcasts. That's the company name, right? And then we have Inside the Paint, Inside the Hash Marks. What did you say? I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I've been wanting to like branch off like a lacrosse and F1 podcast for a little bit now. We could legit do that.
Inside the, what would we do for Formula
Well,
1?
if we were going to do all these podcasts, I would have to show you 2 editing.
Yeah, I want to learn. I did.
Yeah, I would have to learn as well.
Yeah. But it's not hard.
I didn't think it would be.
Not hard.
I'm gonna put star wipes on every 10 seconds. It's gonna be a star wipe.
Yeah. And,
I'm gonna crop like something very inappropriate all over Luke's face.
bro, but did I tell you I had a hockey podcast?
Did you really?
I think you did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I did 1 episode and I never uploaded it. And I had a YouTuber on there with like 5,000 subscribers.
Insane. Why never did you?
I just never got to it. And I felt so bad to this guy because he spent like an hour and a half with me because I wanted to start making pot and I never uploaded it.
Damn.
Yeah, but if you're out there, Wardy, I think his name was. I'm sorry.
He made sure to upload these.
These nuts.
Anyway, back to what I was trying to go.
Oh yeah, basketball. Yeah,
Basketball.
right.
Jesus
Basketball.
Christ, I forgot we were.
LeBron gets
This is why the casual one's gonna be so. The casual one might be longer than the basketball one just because we're gonna spin off. But go ahead.
LeBron gets the baby persona a lot, and some of it is deservedly. I can't argue with that. Right?
He does sell a lot of fouls.
He sells it. He has flopped in the past. Anybody who says he doesn't is just.
But he flops
ignorant.
because he knows that if he shows any sign of it, they will call it.
Yeah, and so the problem though is that the reasoning behind he does that is because if he doesn't get a lot of those calls. If you hit somebody while they shoot, it's a foul.
Yeah.
Even if they don't fall on the ground and it still goes in. And LeBron James being a 256'9" monster is not going to be affected by a lot of these calls, even if they're fouls. Regardless, to say that you wish that an individual's son dies in a car wreck is not that big of an issue to me personally, because I think that if everyone is entitled to their own opinions,
They're drunk.
That's not an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse,
But
but
it
that
is-
is probably one of the factors that led to them saying that.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Because I'm sure they wouldn't say that in public.
But we do have the freedom of speech in America. But that being said, if I forget what team they're playing, but if the stadium does not want to keep those fans in, the NBA doesn't want to have these individuals coming back, they are well within their right to say, hey, we don't want you or your comments coming back.
Yeah.
And LeBron has every right to say, hey, these kids threaten my son, and I don't want them in the game anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's disgusting how many people are calling LeBron a baby right now.
Yeah.
For that. They don't know what he said. And they should research and figure out what they said. And they should research and figure out what they said before they start accusing LeBron of being a baby.
As a fan, cheer, boo, heckle a little bit, but it is not in the fans. Fans should not get any personal with the players. Now, if a player was trash talking LeBron and said that thing, Still over the line, a bit fucked up, but they're in competition. It's trash talking. I can let it slide a bit. A fan should never get personal with any player in any sport, especially going after their family. And yes, every single time, they should be ejected. And honestly, I think those two should never be allowed to attend an NBA game ever again in their lives.
Agreed. Highly agree.
Yeah.
I don't want that in the NBA.
No.
That's not okay.
Or in any sport.
Yeah, but I don't really give a shit about any other sports. I care about lacrosse, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, I love lacrosse, man.
It's a fun sport.
It's such a fun sport.
It's a fun sport.
Yeah.
If you never watched it, go watch it. There's currently the National Lacrosse League, which is an indoor league. They somehow they got some games on ESPN, and then here in the spring they got college, which is always going to be on ESPN. Just take a quick peek. It's addictive.
Speaking of peaks, if you have Peacock, you can stream PLL games too.
That is
So-
true. That is very true.
PLL is the Premier Lacrosse League,
That is the outdoor lacrosse
the
league.
outdoor lacrosse. That's what we played.
Yes.
I played a little box.
I played 1 year.
I played a few of like a rec league.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I love
Box is so fun to play. It's so aggressive.
Anyways, basketball.
Yeah.
You're
Sorry.
inside the paint.
This
Our
is what
lacrosse
happens
podcast.
when we're in person, because then we can just keep talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I got a few more on here that we can talk about. Giannis finding out about milk and Oreos. He just found out about those.
Was that an actual?
It is literally on here. Yes, Giannis
What?
finding out about milk and Oreos. That's a great topic. You know, good for him. Giannis is loving America. Have you ever seen all the posts he loves about America?
Oh,
He's like, I had my first milkshake. Excuse me. Had my first. I gotta get tested.
He coughed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out for.
John's farts gave us both COVID.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't tell you guys, but I farted at least like 4 or 5 times since then.
That's great.
Thanks,
I
buddy.
I pointed them this way as much as I could.
But the fan's blowing right on us, so.
Yeah.
But
I told
anyways,
you guys didn't smell
yeah.
that.
But he's like, oh, just found out milkshakes. I can't do that. His voice. I love America.
I think if you try, that might be considered something. I don't know. Because I don't know. I would never try to impersonate him.
I'm just doing his accent.
Yeah, we're just.
It's an accent. It's not him.
And it's not even like a mocking it. It's just
Okay.
he grew up Greek. and
You
all
guys
that.
can get
But-
canceled. I'm not a part of this anymore.
Dude,
John,
we've
you have done way
we have
more
said
stuff.
so many fucking things. You in particular on this podcast.
Yeah, like.
Trying to impersonate an accent is the least of our worries. But I mean, great for Giannis.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I
I'm not
love
gonna lie,
milk.
it is fun to watch foreigners come to America and find out all like the really nuanced things about America that we sometimes just take for granted, and it's really fun to watch. But personally, I do not like the milk and cookies combination. I have never enjoyed that.
Ooh, that's gonna be on the casual. If you want to hear more about milk and cookies, come hop on our casual episode.
I don't really like
John's
either.
just like, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't really like.
You don't like
either.
cookies?
I mean, I'm not. I don't
Cookies
crave them. They're
Cookies are
cool.
delicious.
I love cookies.
I think they're
Cookies
too
are so good.
like bland.
Then
Yeah,
make
put
one that's
some
not.
stuff in it.
Yeah.
What are you having? Just plain cookies?
No, I had chocolate chip, peanut butter. I
This
really
man
like.
ate a whole thing of freaking sugar cookies.
I didn't. I had one.
No, you didn't. You had one.
You had a few. You were a bit out of it.
I had one.
You were a bit out of it. Trust
I
me.
100% remember
You
only
were
having
a bit
one.
He had a lot
You
of Pepsis
remembered
that
having
day.
one.
He had a lot of
You
Pepsis
remembered
that day.
Are you
one.
guys?
I'm
fucking with me?
not fucking with
No,
you.
you had like 4 or 5.
There's no way.
Yes, you
I
did.
don't remember that.
Because we finished the plate. I had
Yeah.
2.
Did we really finish the plate?
We finished the plate that one night.
I only had one. It was you guys stuffing your face.
No,
you just thought
it
was
wasn't.
me.
Because I was waiting for the pizza.
Did you guys see the Island Boys walked out of a podcast?
Yeah,
The what?
Logan Paul's podcast.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this. Is getting into the casual stuff.
That was crazy.
Let's just try and get 2 more topics in, and then we can try and go for your questions and stuff.
1,000 other topics.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Well, yeah. Let's just keep it short. 'Cause what time is it now?
It's almost 4.
Almost 4.
4, and then we
It's-
still
We've
have
been
to.
going for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we still have to. It's 4.
54 minutes.
Yeah, we got time. So back to actual topics. No milk, no cookies. Early AllStar predictions. Let's just talk about this. Who is someone that you think won't make the All-Star team in your eyes, but probably will?
Darius Garland. Wait, like probably will or should?
Let's do should.
Darius Garland. Darius Garland. Without a doubt in my mind.
Do your favorite team and then do
Another team?
yes.
DeMar DeRozan.
So for me, favorite team, obviously Timberwolves.
Obviously.
Honestly, I do think Edwards has done enough to validate an All-Star appearance.
I think he will, though.
But I don't know. Being in a small market and being how young he is, and there's no, unlike Luka and LaMelo, there's no media surrounding him constantly.
Yeah.
So he could be kind of screwed over because of it's always a fan.
I only ever hear about him about the dunks. If you ever
Yeah.
like posterize somebody, that's when I see him.
Yeah,
That
but
was
he
the
constantly.
biggest rob of all time, taking away that poster that he had.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then the other person who I think should make it but won't is actually Alex Caruso. I think he has done enough to validate an All-Star.
Can we pull up his stat line real quick?
I don't think he has enough.
I don't know if
He's one of my favorite players, but he does not deserve an All-Star.
I think. Have you seen? Didn't he have like 2-point-something steals per game?
He is currently leading in steals.
I mean, I wouldn't say that he shouldn't be like with all-team defense. I think he should be. He'd be like second team. But
He's probably. I could see him going first team.
I mean, I could too. I wouldn't be upset if he did.
I mean, try to name another guard that's as defensively good as he is.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday, DeJounte Murray.
I don't think DeJounte Murray will get first
He
team.
probably won't.
Okay.
Not this year.
I take back Caruso, Javante Murray. He has done even more than Caruso has, but because he's in the Spurs, he won't get in. But Javante Murray has done tremendous.
What about Drew Holiday? Drew Holiday really deserves an All-Star.
I think Drew Holiday is too inconsistent for an All-Star appearance.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is not.
Perhaps. Has
Well, that's
CJ
not
McCollum ever been an All-Star?
Yeah.
Has he?
No.
Has he not? I swear I saw him in an All-Star appearance.
Maybe it was like last time because a lot of players weren't able to.
No, I
Do you-
thought I saw.
John,
I
look
thought
it
I
up
saw something.
On your phone. See if he. Because
I
I
thought
swear to
saw
God, I
something
thought I
that
saw
he
him.
never. I thought I saw something that Damian Lillard had never played a game with an All-Star. Like outside of Team USA, he's never played with another All-Star.
Wasn't Nurkic an All-Star too? He had to play with Nurkic. That's maybe.
Oh no! Well, he played with Carmelo, so that might have been wrong.
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
McCollum has not.
He is not.
It's crazy. That because like he was. There was a few years back that those two were challenging the Splash Bros as like the best guard duo in the league. It's crazy.
That was back when Portland was getting like a 3rd seed, I think, 4th seed, and they were really good.
We stayed powered by Monster Energy over here.
Oh Christ! Not sponsored by.
Unfortunately not, but hey, if you want to.
You know who I think should sponsor us?
Who?
Canes.
I love Raising Cane's.
I used to work at Raising Cane's.
Yeah, you did, and you'd always throw me an extra, whatever the fuck it was.
The bread,
Not the bread, no.
the sauce.
No, not the sauce. The main
The
part.
chicken.
The chicken. Is it a wing or is it just a tender?
It's
Depends on what you get.
It's a tender.
No, that's not depends on what you get.
They don't have bone chicken.
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been
It's
to
just-
Cane's that much, John.
it's
Why
just-
you look? Give me a freaking.
It's
30.
just tenders, fries, sauce, bread. That's
I love, dude.
And
And
they're-
the
and
bread
they're
and the
lemonade.
sauce.
But see, the problem with that though is
We're getting
that-
off topic again. Let's just get to your questions, then we can go right to the casual podcast.
Okay, fine. I really want Canes so bad right now. I'm gonna get Canes the second I get home.
I think I'm gonna get Bippy Bop before I go home.
I don't like that.
I love Bippy Bop.
It's okay.
it's all right.
I love it. The Yum Yum sauce.
Not a huge fan.
Love it.
Okay.
Questions.
What are some of your questions?
When it comes to my favorite team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, where do you want them to go in terms of who they build around. The obvious answer for
How many
right
people
now,
do we get to pick?
anybody you want. You could fucking pick the Dean Wade if you really want to. But obviously the clear choice is going to be Darius Garland. But would you guys don't think about it now. Think about 5 years in the future. Darius Garland's like 28-ish years old. Evan Mobley's like 25. Which player are you going to build around? Isaac Okoro is still there. Colin Sexton's still there.
I would want to re-sign Jared Allen as fast as possible.
Okay. So, but who would you build around? If you had to choose one player, who are you gonna put as your star player?
It'd be Mobley
Garland.
or Garland.
Or Sexton.
So I don't think Sexton anymore. I used to, but I think he's kind of hit his peak a little bit.
Well, then I'll say Garland.
Yeah, but you don't have to say Garland if you think Sexton is gonna be the guy to do it.
Yeah, Garland's younger than Sexton.
Yeah, he is.
He still has potential. He has more potential than Sexton does right now. And who knows when he's coming back from this injury, how good he'll be.
Yeah.
You gotta be closer to the mic, John.
Very good point. I
Jesus,
think.
he doesn't.
Yeah, please don't do
Here,
that.
Jesus Christ.
Please don't do that. That just means more editing for me.
I got you. I think me personally, I would build around Darius Garland. But I would do everything in my power to re-sign Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I'd give them maxes.
They are the defense that they need. Because without them, oh my gosh, they would be so bad.
I'd give them maxes.
They'd be so bad.
Obviously, Allen deserves a max. I don't know if Mobley, by the time his rookie contract is up, will deserve the max. He definitely will deserve a nice contract, but I don't know if he'll deserve the max.
Oh, but if he improves, I definitely want those two because they will be the defensive keys for them to stay in contention.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Next question. Rookie of the Year predictions. Give me at least your runner-up and then your actual prediction.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
I'll let you go first, Joe.
Who is that?
Raptors dude?
No. Currently right now, Evan Mobley is actually number 1 on the rookie ladder.
From like the NBA.
Yeah.
Or ESPN, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But there's also that one guy. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. He's the white guy with long hair on the Thunder.
Oh, like
Giddy.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey, I think his name is.
Giddey's doing it.
I like Giddey. And I didn't really think he would be doing that well when I saw him first get drafted. I think I honestly still have some of the rookie. Yeah. No, that's not it. Some of the rookie statistics on here, or like what they were proven to be.
Uh-huh.
So why don't we let's revisit that real quick. We have Evan Mobley, so we'll do that real quick. Shot blocker compared to Chris Bosh. Good pick for Cleveland with Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Jalen Suggs on the board, though.
Okay.
Would you still take Mobley?
Yes.
Yes.
Because this was a...
Yeah, I know. That's why
podcasts
we're
ago.
revisiting it.
And I remember John did not really like the Evan Mobley pick.
I was pissed.
However,
Did you want Jalen Suggs? Is that who you wanted?
Yes. But the Cavaliers did what not a whole lot of NBA teams do. Instead of picking the pure talent, they picked at the position that they needed. And it worked out tremendously for them. Evan Mobley is playing head and shoulders above Suggs at the moment. And, yeah, they might have pissed off a lot of Cavs fans that night, but...
They won me back pretty quickly.
I was about to say, it didn't take long for that to...
Next is Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham is my runner-up.
Cade Cunningham has been...
He was trash in the beginning. But
he was injured for the longest time.
Yes, but then he came back and his first game was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
His first few games were terrible.
It was one of the worst first games, I think, by first overall pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the worst. One of the worst.
Yeah, I think he only had like 1 or 2 points off of
at the draft, he was being compared to Doncic and Middleton. And but do you still think he can be their franchise player?
I was gonna say this. I watched a Detroit Pistons basketball game. I hardly ever watched the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Why would you? god awful.
They're awful. I
They
watched
have
two
no
this
great
year.
players.
I watched two this year. I watched the Lakers one where LeBron and Isaiah Stewart went off, and then I watched the Detroit Pistons against the Brooklyn Nets, I think, and Cade Cunningham was single-handedly keeping them in the game, knocking down threes, making assists, getting rebounds, blocking, stealing. He was doing it all, and the other guy that they have on the team, I forget his name.
Killian Hayes?
Killian Hayes.
That's it. Yep.
And I was like...
Didn't they draft Hayes last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
he was really good.
Killian Hayes, I was like, where did you go? And
He was injured. He got injured, though, I thought.
he was
Last
playing-
season, his rookie season.
I think so, but
His
he
rookie
was playing
season, that might have been why he's not as good this year. I have not
It was
watched a single Pistons.
garbage.
Might have been from the injury. Because it was a long-term injury.
Probably. And I could be speaking out of my ass again. I don't look at Detroit Pistons, but in that game, he was absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
So Cade Cunningham is definitely going to be the franchise player. They need to keep him.
And they need to
keep
do
him.
what the Cavaliers didn't with LeBron. They need to build around him.
Build
Fast.
around him.
You guys can I'm going to turn on that light just in case it gets dark by the time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Cade Cunningham, I think, is only going to get better. I can't wait to see him after the All-Star break.
Same.
I think he's going to go off.
Yeah.
But
For me, there's a lot of great rookies this year. I feel like there was not a whole lot of hype surrounding this rookie class coming in.
No.
But I feel like in 5 years we could be talking like this is one of the greatest rookie classes of all time.
possible.
And it's very possible. Personally, an honorable mention to Giddey on the Thunder. I think there's 3 people who are in contention for Rookie of the Year as of the moment. Third place I'm going to give to Cade Cunningham just because he was injured for that long first part.
Right.
And for me personally, I do take how long you were out with either injury or just sitting out into should you deserve a title.
I remember that goddamn discussion last year.
Second place, my runner-up would be Evan Mobley.
Second place.
He is my runner-up. My current Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes. I killed John. You're welcome, world.
I don't know why the hell you would ever say that.
I don't think they can hear what you're saying.
They might be able to. It might be very echoey.
Why would you say that?
Because that's my thoughts. That's my opinion.
You shouldn't have an opinion anymore, Ben.
Oh.
You
man.
should. Jeez.
Can I give an honorable mention right now to my boy Trey? Trey Man.
You fucking riding Trey Man all the time.
I fucking love Trey Man. That's my guy. Because I didn't know he would be in the NBA. At least when he was in high school. I just followed him in high school. I'm like, oh shit. Now he's not good. Not doing great, but he's doing average rookie numbers. And did you see that poster he did?
I did.
Mhm.
That was pretty dope.
It was a nice post.
My guy, dude. Shout out Trey Man. Just come on the podcast. I think you know where I'm trying to hint at.
I had a dream that Derrick Rose was on the podcast. I swear to God, I was like, boys, we need to record at this time on this day because I got a surprise for you guys. And you were really reluctant about it. But I convinced you. You called off work. I convinced you.
Yeah.
And fucking Derrick Rose came in and talked to us for like probably 30, 45 minutes or so. I don't really remember.
I'd love that. Just get any NBA player. I would
Any?
just any. Just for that, I would just want to hear like the experience they had, like
Yeah.
in the locker room, on the court, like what players they
Yeah,
love, what
I'd
players
love to
they
hear
hate.
all that behind the scenes.
Like, it
because
really
we
don't
see
matter.
so little of behind the scenes.
I'd love that. So if you're an NBA player watching this small podcast, hit us up.
Or a former NBA player. I'll take that too.
Yeah.
Personally. I don't know
said
about
that.
you guys.
What did I just say? Current?
You just said any NBA
Yeah,
player.
you say
Yeah.
if you are an NBA player.
If you were an NBA player. Yeah.
Nice.
Any more questions, John?
I have a few more.
Okay.
I'll do one more and then you guys can gauge if, because this one's a little bit of a longer one.
Please, we really haven't had too many long ones. It's
Um,
unusual for us.
so I want to know what your guys' opinions are, because we were going to do this topic. It was going to be who's your top 5 at each position. And we were going to do each position per episode, and then we just did not do that. So I would like, since we have some time to fill, I would like to know what your guys' top 5 at each position.
Oh, each. Okay.
Each position, from point guard to center.
Can you?
Why didn't you give us more time on this one?
Can you grab one of my? No. You're gonna have to get one of the notebooks down there so I can actually write this stuff out.
Thanks, John.
Top 5 at each position. If you don't mind, can I have a piece of paper too?
We're not even prepared.
Not even prepared.
Well,
we're making sure Luke gets his editing done.
so I just want you guys to know on the podcast that I very much appreciate you guys being with us for so long. It's been a long ride. I really enjoy doing this, but it's really brought 2 friends that I've had, one in high school and then one in college, and they've never met before, never heard about each other, and now
This is literally the first time me and Luke had ever physically been in each other's presence.
Yes.
So it's awesome to be doing this, but it's also awesome to be hanging out with you guys and stuff. So thank you guys for being with us for so long.
You grabbed my accounting notebook.
Oh.
My intermediate accounting.
Sorry, we were just running some numbers on how much dough we made off the last episode.
Results?
24
Wow,
cents.
that's a lot of commas.
What?
That's a
lot of commas.
I'm confused.
Commas, because we made so much money. The more commas you add, the more money you add.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Mom, I do take notes. Huh?
Yeah. Mother,
Stick it to her.
We're not live streaming anymore. It ended for some reason.
No, she might hear this part though.
So we got to write down some stuff.
So top 5 at each position: point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and then center. Now, this I prefer it to be ranked, but if there are 2 that are like tied for each other,
I'm not going in any particular order. I'm not thinking that much.
okay, never mind.
That's
We
gonna
don't
take
have to
too
do
long.
that.
But if I can think of rankings on the spot, then I'll do them.
Deal. That's fine. Oh,
I
wait.
mean, there will be some that I'm like, yeah, he is the number 1. But I think most of mine are just gonna be like, yeah, he's in the top 5.
So I think so. What I want you to go for is this year, right? This year,
Come on.
because if we do last year,
I haven't watched that much basketball though this year.
that's not my problem.
Well, then I can't make a list.
Then you don't have to make a list. If you really don't want to, you could ruin the podcast, ruin this episode.
But I haven't watched that much basketball.
But you are the host of a basketball podcast, Luke. Like, part of your job is to watch basketball. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. But like, if we were
I
to
could
go
end
off,
this shit right now.
if we
I
were to
could
go,
end this shit right
if
now.
we were to go off last year, then Damian Lillard, who's having a shit year, is going to be probably number 2.
I had Kyrie Irving on here.
I think.
He hasn't played.
Yeah.
You can't list him.
No shit.
Yeah, he hasn't played at all.
No shit.
So why would you be able to list him?
Because you never said if it was current or all time or.
Correct.
If you want, we could do all time.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all time might be a little
You just
easier,
said-
but
Yeah, do you want to do all time instead?
Give me some time to think.
We have a whole bunch of time to fill. We barely hit over an hour.
yeah.
And we're all thinking this is going to be like a 3-hour podcast.
But I'm scared that the casual one's gonna be a long one.
It probably will be, but because we're going to have to cut ourselves off, and that doesn't really work out very much.
What do you mean cut yourself? Cut off.
At some point we're going to have to be like, okay, that's enough for this casual podcast, and I don't know if we're going to be able to stop ourselves from just going off. But
Can't stop.
Ben's like a fiend. He has to talk.
You got any more of those?
So do you guys want to do current? Or do you guys want to do all time? All time would be easier.
It would be.
Let's just do all time.
All time?
All time.
We'll do all time.
Okay.
But I encourage you guys to think about current as well.
Okay.
Mine would be a good mix.
If I think of any current, like, I will.
What the hell
I'll
did I
jot
just
that
write?
down
I just
as
wrote
well.
Curry with 2 R's, but like CRR. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me.
I hate you.
God damn it. Well, this is going to be an awesome part of the podcast here. We're just writing down shit, dead silence.
And you're gonna be editing this episode, actually.
Me?
Yeah.
Why am I editing it?
He's gonna teach you how to edit.
I came out with a great question, and now I'm being forced to edit. Don't cheat off of me.
Don't look.
I'm not. He's
Fuckers.
not looking. I watched you look dead at my paper. You get out of here.
No, not the hat.
Miss
Yeah,
Siegel. They're cheating off my paper.
We're not cheating off of your paper. Yeah, it is.
You bitch.
Don't look at my paper. You just did it again.
Jesus.
It's gonna be an ear rape moment.
No. I'm also getting pretty hungry. We might have to make some mac and cheese or something.
I thought we were gonna get the wanking lizard.
Yeah, but how?
That won't be till like 9:30.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because
Yeah,
Macy doesn't get off till 9.
Oh.
So you guys might have to get like a little snack.
Okay. Well, we don't have any hot dogs.
I don't know. It's just mac and cheese.
You guys can.
Yo, what if we
there's
had
also a
mac
ton
and
of-
cheese with the ramen seasoning? Do you think that'd be good?
No.
No.
It'd be chicken flavored.
chicken and cheese.
You put hot dogs in your mac and cheese.
Yeah, it goes with mac and cheese.
So does
This
chicken.
is gonna be a debate for the other podcast.
Does hot dogs or does meat deserve to be in mac and cheese?
Of course it does. I can't eat mac and
Okay,
cheese.
so then what's the problem with chicken powder? It has the
it's
chicken
not
flavor.
actual chicken.
No, but it has the flavoring in it.
of a seasoned chicken that's designed for ramen noodles,
No sense.
not for mac and cheese.
It can be in anything. You can put it in your water, and you can have chicken water.
Theoretically, if you really wanted that to be the case, if you want to put chicken seasoning in your half, I'll leave it out in mine. How about that? The fuck I thought. You fucking moron.
Very hostile today. I don't know why.
What's the white guy's name? Bird.
What's the white guy's name?
I don't have a single white guy on here except for Larry Bird.
Do I have a white guy? I do have a white guy. I have Dirk on there.
Ooh, I gotta write down Dirk somewhere.
I think he's currently my only white player.
How
I'm blanking
full
on
is your...
shooting. Okay, no. I was blanking on shooting guards for the longest time.
Of all... Alright.
What?
Of all the positions, you're blanking on shooting guards?
I was until like I said it and I was like, oh shit, all of those people were shooting guards.
Yeah. Who are the other... Isn't there like a fourth really good power forward?
I really only have 3 right now.
There's Tim, there's KG, and there's Dirk. And then I can think of Karl Malone, but wasn't there
Giannis.
like another one? That was an all-time.
I'm putting Giannis.
You said it makes up some current.
No,
Absolutely.
2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP.
Listen, I'm putting Giannis in there,
Yeah.
okay? I'm just saying it was an all-time great.
This
Right
may look
before
like we're
Giannis.
being very mean to ourselves, but
This
Go
we
to
do
hell.
this a lot.
Hey,
I don't-
fuck
Go to
you.
hell. Yeah, you wish.
yeah.
God, man, if you had the fucking ukulele, you would.
Me? What did I say?
Anything.
I thought you guys were my friend.
I'll be your friend later.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm glad we're not live streaming anymore. My mom didn't need to hear that.
What if she watches the episode?
I bet you guys are gonna cut this part.
I
out.
bet I won't.
You doubt Luke's laziness.
Yeah.
There's just gonna be an
Sometimes
entire
magic.
section. There's gonna be an entire like 10-minute section of us just doing nothing.
I am so like. There's some times where like if I don't see like any silence in an episode, I just upload it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting to a point where I'm working so much where I'm like, I don't feel like editing for 3 hours.
And he just uploads it as is.
No, I take out the really big silences. I do that.
Okay.
Or all the times we fuck up the start of the podcast.
That I just restarted the
Oh
recording.
shit, I fucked up. Would you guys consider Carmelo a power forward or a small forward?
Anthony?
Yeah.
A what?
A power forward or a small forward?
I think it's
Small
more of a
forward.
what?
I'd say small forward.
I'd say small forward more than a power forward, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's definitely not big enough for a power forward. I have like, man.
You know, I was gonna say Karl Malone, but I'm gonna put this guy instead, just to give it a little bit more variety.
Well, hold on. I might want to steal your idea. What is it?
I put Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah, I do want to steal that actually. I don't like Karl Malone at all.
Hold on, I just saw.
No one likes Karl Malone.
But like, I think the main reason he got a lot of those points was purely off of John Stockton. I don't think he has a lot of ability on his own. But that's just me personally. Oh, I put Shag instead of Shaq.
And at number 2, we have Shag.
Akeem.
That's another movie we have to watch. It's fucking Austin Powers.
That's a good movie. Which one though?
I've seen the.
All of them are great.
I've seen the first 2. I don't think I've seen anything after that.
You never seen Goldmember? That's one of the best ones.
Yeah, it's like the knockoff James Bond.
Oh, okay. Who does number 2 work for?
I could go for some mac and cheese. Do you have a Wendy's around here?
Good God, I do not know.
I feel like we would have seen one. I haven't seen one.
I haven't seen them. I don't know.
Dude, I'm not trying to buy two.
Yeah. Plus, I would be getting a burger just to have another burger.
Seriously, we have ramen and mac and cheese here. Just use all this shit.
Yes, Daddy.
You're welcome, sir.
I'm getting stuck on centers right now.
Will? Yeah, Will?
No.
No, I'm not putting Will.
Yeah.
I'm not putting Russell in there either.
Yeah, me neither.
It's all time.
I will explain my all-time list because my all-time list is a bit weird as well. I will explain why I do not put those guys in.
I'm trying to go throughout history and see like who were like some of the greatest centers. All right, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then.
You literally. What am I supposed to say to that?
Yeah.
What the
give
fuck
me
do you want me to
ideas.
say? No,
You
this
just
is your
gave me
list.
Will Chamberlain, huh?
Howard, Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace is almost an insult to me. Dwight Howard isn't that much of an insult. I actually might put Dwight Howard.
I have Dwight Howard somewhere on my list.
Somewhere on your list?
Somewhere on my list, he is on it.
Where else would you put him besides the 5? The point guard?
He's the number 1 point guard in history.
Before hasn't played a single goddamn game.
No, LeBron's the number 1 point guard in history.
LeBron's the number 1 at any position in history, frankly.
If he wanted to be, yes. Yes, he could.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of really good.
Okay, now I have a few more white people on the team.
I swear to God, if you put who I think you're gonna put for top 5 greatest center of all time, I will probably destroy something very near to me that resembles a laptop.
Are you finished? Oh, shit.
I only have 2 more.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more.
You think I could just throw like, I don't know, like Andrew Bynum in there? No.
I think our silence says it all.
I am gonna put Will at number 5. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't want Will. I want. All right, I'm done. Do you want me to wait for you, Ben, or do you want me to ask Luke?
I just have like 3 more, so.
We'll just pause right now.
My turn to rip.
Okay, we have our lists. Who wants to go first?
Well, I asked the question, so I think you guys should go first.
Let's just go like by position. Like we'll start point guard and then work our
That's a
way
good
down.
idea.
Okay.
I want to hear. I haven't smelled it yet. It's blowing away from me, so I want to hear yours first, Luke, because I want to yell at Ben later. So I think Ben should go last, honestly. 'Cause I think he's going to have the most horrendous take.
No, I just have controversial takes.
Okay. Now for my point guards, we're just doing point guards and then next person.
Yeah.
Point guards: Curry,
Okay.
Westbrook,
Okay.
Steve Nash,
Okay.
Allen Iverson.
Was Allen Iverson a point guard?
Yeah.
I thought he was a shooting
I
guard.
thought he was more of a shooting
Oh,
guard.
was he?
Just put it. He
Yeah,
played point
it's,
guard.
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah. He's a guard.
Magic Johnson.
At number 5.
Or
These
did
were
you,
in no
you just
particular
throw-
Oh, you didn't have any order.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. My turn.
Oh, yeah.
I did rank these for me. Number 1, Curry. Number 2, Magic. Number 3, Westbrook. Number 4, Steve Nash. And number 5, CP3.
Okay. For mine, the first two, no, like the first 3 are ranked, and then after that, I just kind of like threw them on.
For all of them or just for point guard?
Just for the point guard right now. 1 Westbrook, 2 Curry,
Okay.
3 Magic, and I also have John Stockton
Okay.
and Steve Nash.
John Stockton, I don't know. I think the camera was off, but I wrote like a 6th person that I feel could be up
Honorable
here.
mentions.
Like an honorable mention, and Stockton was my honorable
See, I was
mention.
between Stockton and CP3, but what gave Stockton the lead over me was the fact that he does have the assist record, and it
Yeah.
is so. It almost no one will be able to break that record because it's
Yeah.
just so big. So
See, I
that's
give
why
it-
Stockton got the bump. I had CP3 initially, and then I started to think more and more.
I have CP3 because he can do more than just pass the ball. He can drop dimes, he can shoot, he can play defense. he can kind of do everything out there, and I think he's just a better floor general.
CP3 would have been my honorable mention.
When he goes to teams, they automatically do way better. Doesn't matter what team he's on,
Mhm.
they do way better. It's not the case so much with John Stockton.
Yep.
Shooting guards.
Shooting guards, same order.
Yeah. I have Larry Bird.
Small forward.
He played shooting guard.
Bird was a small forward.
He played shooting guard.
All right, just continue. Jesus.
You thought my thing was going to be fun.
There's nothing wrong with it. They're just different positions.
You go for it, buddy. You do you.
Kobe,
Okay.
Dwayne Wade,
Okay.
Michael Jordan,
Okay.
Reggie Miller.
Okay. I'll explain.
I won't yell at him quite yet, but
Man, and you thought you were going to yell at me.
seriously,
Shit.
I should. Jesus Christ.
We're going to have to switch me and Luke's turn up.
Fucking Christ.
These are my own top 5.
I think I should take your opinion privileges
These are my own
away.
top 5. Freedom of speech. Remember, this is America.
I kind of don't.
America,
it's really
bitch.
hard to believe in freedom for you two right now.
Yeah, this is America.
Hey.
God
All right, my shooting guards.
damn, you flinched like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I had a pen be thrown at me and hit me right in the fucking eye. It hurt like
Oh,
hell.
top 5.
Top 5 shooting guards. Kobe, Bean, Bryant. I ranked mine. Kobe, Bean, Bryant. Then MJ, which was very difficult. Very close third is Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
But I think 6-0 pushed it over the top for me. And then number 4, James Harden. Number 5, Allen Iverson. And my honorable mention was Clyde Drexler.
Okay. The top 3 for me are ranked. Kobe, MJ, Dwayne Wade, and then the other 2 I have Ray Allen, and then Allen Iverson. Give it to me. Give it to me, you pussy.
Ray Allen was
Ooh,
garbage.
that. I can't.
You know, it'd be really funny.
My ears are gonna be fucking bleeding. When I
John, we're just gonna.
I think Ray Allen is a horrible choice. Love him very much. Arguably did save LeBron's career.
Up until last night, he was the all-time three-point leader.
Yeah.
And how could you not put the all-time three-point leader? How can you say that's a bad pick for a shooting guard?
Right. Because you left out James Harden.
I don't think James Harden got the stats he did because of the fact that he sold fouls. He manipulated the rules and he sold fouls and he got to the line. We're seeing this year He's not going to the line 15 plus times a game. He's maybe going 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. And he went from averaging nearly 30 points to he's about 20. Still respectable, still good. But he's not some great shooter anymore. He was a great shooter because of those free throws. Don't get me wrong. He can rebound and pass like crazy. But I don't put him up there just yet.
The man nearly averaged a triple-double for 2 years in a row.
And Westbrook averaged a triple-double for 3 straight years.
And
Plus a fourth.
And I'm not comparing the two, though. Like, that's a false argument.
I know. I was just fucking with you.
You fucking prick. But my boy James Harden, I mean, we clearly saw that he could rebound the ball. He was a great floor general. He got so many assists.
Yeah.
He could play defense. In the beginning of his career, he's pretty bad, but if you really watched him, especially later, he could really play defense.
Yeah.
He could bounce, dunk, lay it up, he could shoot the ball. He shot threes, a great three-point shooter. I agree with you in that the rule change has really impacted his game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I also do believe that a lot of those calls are fouls that he's not getting, and I think it's because James Harden has kind of been labeled the flopper, and so refs are hesitant to give him that call. Could be wrong. But that's just my opinion.
I do disagree with you on that.
It's fine. But I just Ray Allen to me is a very good shooting guard, top 10 probably, but at number 5, you had him at number 4.
Outside of the top 3, none of those two were ranked.
So you basically had him at number 4 or 5.
Yes.
So, and I don't think he deserves it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Great shooter. I think he could be a top 5 offensive player of all time, just from the shooting alone. But I mean, you can make that argument. But shooting guards do a lot more than shoot.
Yeah.
Personally. Anyway, small forwards.
Okay, I have Vince Carter.
This isn't in any order.
No.
I was like, well, oh wait, no, he doesn't rank.
Okay.
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Dr. J.
Okay.
LeBron.
Okay.
Kawhi.
I'm gonna yell at you for that.
Why?
Did you say Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Never mind.
He did.
I didn't. I forgot you said that.
No, personally for me, Kawhi after winning the title with Toronto has he's still producing, but he's not that dude anymore. At least
he's also injured for half the season every single time he's
which
LA.
is not top 5 all time worthy for me, and that's why I disagree with the Kawhi putting on there.
Well, mine in order again is LeBron, Durant, Larry Bird, Carmelo Anthony, and then Kawhi Leonard. Because I agree that is the case where injuries are unfortunate, but we can't put like Derrick Rose top 5 point guard.
No.
He had the potential,
Yes,
but
he did.
but his injuries destroyed him. And,
Yes, he did.
So.
Yeah. For mine, only the top 2 are ranked for me for small forwards: LeBron, KD, and then after that I have Bird, James Worthy, and Scottie Pippen.
Okay, Scottie Pippen was my honorable mention.
Okay.
Scottie Pippen was my honorable mention. But I think Carmelo Anthony is one of the most underrated basketball players of all time.
When we look back at his career, yes, but I remember when he was with the Knicks, he was overrated as fuck. He was, in my opinion, he was kind of a selfish basketball player, and I think he held back the Knicks.
I think that's possible.
He pushed them to a point, he got them to a point, but he held them back from the title.
But are we talking about? I think the direction I took was what they did.
You're not on camera.
I think the direction I took was what they did as a player, and I think for the team maybe, but we're not looking at the team's success here. We're looking at his success.
And I even disregarding the fact that he held back the Knicks, I still wouldn't put him up there. Let's move on to power forwards.
Our forwards, Luke.
All right, no particular order. I have Dirk, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, big 3, pretty much, right? That's probably going to be in your guys's as well.
Yes,
but then I added Giannis, and instead of Malone, who I was going to add Barkley for some diversity.
Yes, diversity.
Because honestly, I thought of Barkley before Karl Malone.
In order, I had Tim Duncan, hard to argue, Dirk Nowitzki, then I had Kevin Garnett, and those two change very often for me. Because I see a clip of Dirk, and then I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. Then I see a clip of Kevin Garnett, and I'm like, oh shit.
Definitely.
Definitely. So for right now, I'm going to say Dirk based off of shooting alone. But then I have Giannis. And I think Giannis is going to probably breach Kevin Garnett. If Kevin Garnett stays number 3 for me, I think Giannis might breach that. He has the potential to be the best power forward of all time.
Yeah, the dude's only 26 and he has
Right.
more accolades and titles and awards than like 90% of all basketball players in history.
Right.
It's insane.
And then I also was thinking Karl Malone. And then I thought a lot of what Karl Malone is the second leading scorer. No, he's third now. Did LeBron pass him?
Has LeBron passed?
I don't think he has.
I don't know. I think LeBron's still third.
Yeah. Anyway. But I think Charles Barkley really worked for a lot of what he had, and he had a way better defense. But I think that Karl Malone really got a lot of his points and a lot of his fame because of the rape as well as John Stockton.
Well, LeBron's James is still third. He's a little over 1,000 behind Malone.
How far is he away from Kareem?
That would about 2,500. He's about 1,500 away from Malone and about 2,500 away from Kareem.
That's insane. That is so insane.
Barring any injury, we will watch him make history.
Well, if he doesn't retire this year,
He won't retire this year.
we'll see.
He wants to play with the Sun, and 2, he can still play, and he wants that all-time scoring title.
I think that would be the ultimate, like, you can't debate it anymore. He's the GOAT.
Oh yeah.
Once he has that accolade,
Yes.
because he's not even a scorer, and he has the all-time scoring record.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
For my power forwards, I only ranked one, and that is Tim Duncan. He is
Number one,
He
yeah.
is number one. Everyone after this, put in whatever order you want. I have Giannis. I have Dirk. I have Kevin Garnett, and I put in Dennis Rodman.
I don't argue with that.
I thought of Malone, and then I thought, no, that dude's a real piece of shit. I'm not putting him on there.
Yeah, well, we're not judging their character.
Yeah, this dude's character is so fucked.
Well,
I
O.J.
let him.
Simpson's still in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, and if OJ had done what he did before he reached the Hall of Fame, he would never have been put in. But you're not going to take someone out of the Hall of Fame for something they did after.
O.J. was at a Bills game.
OJ's been to many Bills games.
Well, recently, when he got out.
Ooh, that must have been an icy atmosphere.
No, they were
A
cheering.
very killer atmosphere.
All right, before we start this next one, I want to just say I don't know what Luke put here, but I do want you guys to know that it now would be a good time to maybe take off your headphones.
There might be a lot of yelling, especially
We're
when
not going to be yelling. 'cause I'm
I
not
very
gonna be
well
editing it.
might yell. So Luke, this is when you're editing this, take off your headphones. Luke, what are your top 5
You have
settings?
any
Well, all I can do is really just press this mute button
Mhm.
right here, and you won't be heard at all.
Maybe.
Oh,
We'll
Yeah.
see. Go ahead and read them off.
Okay. Shaq,
Okay.
Dwight Howard,
Okay.
Kareem,
Okay.
Will Chamberlain,
All right. You did. I know you didn't do it. I know for a fact you didn't do it.
Hey, can I borrow your glasses real quick?
He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Either you did it as a joke or...
Oh, shit, you cannot see.
no, that's only my right eye I can't see out of.
Oh, yeah. Yao Ming.
Oh no.
Lucas, you can just leave now.
And you are getting muted for the rest of this one.
Well, it's my turn now,
And I just realized my microphone will probably pick up your voice. So go, Matt.
Well, listen, I heavily disagree with Yao Ming.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think
It's my personal top 5.
I also disagree with Wilt Chamberlain as well.
I don't know
Yeah,
how.
I do too.
No, because for all time, no matter what sport, no matter what position, all time is
All time.
no. But how I view it, you can pick this player and put him in any generation, in any year, in any team, and if he can still perform like he did when he was playing, then yes. However, I don't like the Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain being the top 2 centers because back then they were the 2 biggest fucking guys. It's like,
But how
it's
do
like
you know that?
It's like Jim Brown being the greatest running back of all time. He was so big and so dominant at that time. If you put them in today's age, they are not.
But how do you know that? You don't know that.
But
Really?
we're-
Are we really about to-
How do you know that? No,
but
please
like
tell
you
me
just
how
said,
you, how do you know
like
that?
you said, it's his personal opinion. His
Yeah, but you
personal
guys are
opinion.
bashing my personal opinion.
There's nothing to support Yao Ming. What do you have to support that?
I like him.
But we're not ranking the players that we like. We're
Then why are we
ranking their
making our own
ability.
separate lists?
Because I want to know what you think is going to be the best centers.
So it's
in the
mine.
league.
So it's my top 5.
It's your top
So
5
it's
to
my top
determine
5.
who are the best
But
centers
you
in the league, not the ones that you like the most.
It's mine. It's my top 5.
But it's a different topic though.
But it's my top 5.
But that doesn't. You're not. It's a different topic. I understand that it's your top 5. I get that.
Yeah.
But it's not that. We're not having that conversation. The
We don't have to. You're the one that's initiating this
And
conversation.
John
it was
thought
this
he was going to
question.
yell at me.
It was this. I asked a question. Who do you think is the best top 5 centers in the league?
Okay.
Right?
Continue
Of
with
all
yours.
time.
We understand. Continue with yours.
Yao Ming is great.
Yao Ming is garbage. He was what? What was he? 7'4"?
Yeah.
7'6"?
Yeah.
I think he
That was his only-
I think he was 7'6".
He was 7'6", and that was his only attribute. No skill whatsoever. No skill.
He got injured.
Because he's
Okay.
fucking fat.
He wasn't though.
He was tall.
What does that have?
Just read your list.
My top 5 centers ranked. Hakeem Olajuwon at number 1. Hakeem Olajuwon. Number 2 is Shaquille O'Neal. Number 3 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So this was the hardest list for me, because I also wanted to leave out Will and Bill Russell. I think David Robinson for me at number 4, but I wouldn't be hateful if someone were to put David Robinson at 5 and Patrick Ewing at number 4, and he was my number 5. My honorable mention was Wilt. I left out. Did you put Dwight Howard in yours?
Yeah.
I left out Dwight Howard because he was only dominant for maybe 4 or 5 years.
He was dominant for 8 or 9. He
I disagree.
8 straight. He had in those 9 periods. He had 8 straight All-Stars. He had 3 straight Defensive Player of the Years. All defensive team 9 straight years.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he was a bad center.
Yeah.
I'm saying that he was a top 5 of all time caliber player center for only 4 or 5 years, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't think that 4 or 5 years of awesomeness warrants a top 5 position when you have all these other players who were consistently amazing.
Yes. Now, for my center list, all of my top 5 are ranked. Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, Dwight Howard, and I put Ben Wallace as 5th.
Why?
4 Defensive Player of the Years. That is the most in NBA history.
Well, not for very long.
No, but as of right now. it
As
is
of
the
right
most.
now, you're right. As of right now.
As of right now, it is the most.
Those are the only 2
Ben
arguments
not
that you
Ben.
have for Ben Wallace.
John seems to hate the defensive centers a lot.
I don't hate them, but defense is not the only way you can be a top 5 player of all time. I think he's top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I have him top 5. He was a huge contributor to them winning the title in 2004.
Absolutely was. And I would argue that David Robinson was the reason that the Spurs didn't win those championships all those years.
That they didn't?
That they did not.
Okay, then why'd you put him top 5 though?
Because I don't think that team success has anything to do with this.
Yes, but if the individual attributes hinder the team's success,
But that's a team issue. That's not whether or not, like, if LeBron were scoring 50 points a night and ball hogging, he'd be the greatest player of all time. but the Cavs would never win a championship because nobody else would get a shot. So at that point, like, it's a difficult comparison. Obviously, you can have your opinions, but Ben Wallace was a poor scorer.
Yeah, so is Rudy Gobert, but at the end of Rudy Gobert's career, we could be talking about him being top 5, if not top 3.
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to throw up. You guys might be talking about that. Rudy Gobert, maybe will breach top 10.
Dude has 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards.
But defense isn't the only category, though. We're not talking about who are the greatest defensive centers of all time. Who are the best centers? Who have the most attributes all around at the highest levels?
And I think my 5 do.
But Ben Wallace doesn't have an offense. How can you give someone with no offense a top 5 ranking?
Yeah, Dwight Howard doesn't have that much of an offense either.
Excuse me? My man scored like 26 points per game on, 15 rebounds per game? That was amazing.
Wrong, he was dominant.
He was extremely dominant. Shaquille O'Neal. We're not talking
Who
about
else
Shaquille
do you
O'Neal.
have on that team?
On the Magic?
Yeah.
Wasn't there T-Mac wasn't there at the time, was he?
No.
Who's the one I'm thinking of? Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway was... No, he wasn't.
No?
there.
Who am I thinking of?
That was during Shaq.
Yeah,
Hold
Penny
on,
Hardaway
I'm gonna
was
look
there
at this.
during
I'm gonna
Shaq.
look this up right now.
We're gonna pause it.
Orlando.
Dude, I actually have a...
Good?
Yeah.
So I looked up the roster for the 09-010 or 09-10 Orlando Magic. They've got Dwight Howard. Right. They had J.J. Redick.
Okay.
They had Ryan Anderson. They had Vince Carter.
Shit, I forgot how many goddamn teams Vince Carter played for.
They had Anthony Johnson, Jason Williams, and I don't know, Matt Barnes. Like, good role player, but and then the year before that they had Glenn Davis. I don't know if you guys really want to put him too high up there, but I think.
But you don't look at that roster and you think, wow, there's someone there who's so dominant on offense.
No, I don't.
That's why Howard was able to do what he did.
Okay, so would you argue that if Dwight Howard back then was placed on, let's say, the 2017 Warriors, he wouldn't have been nearly as dominant?
I think he would have.
Offensively,
I think he would. Only because he was going to be down there rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Curry and Clay, they were making a bunch, but you obviously miss a bunch too.
So where's your argument coming from then? Because you're telling me that he scored so much because there weren't any other players on the team, and then when I gave you a situation where there's a bunch of scorers,
yes,
on
but
the
he
team,
won't be averaging 26, 18, maybe 20.
that's pretty good. If he's still getting multiple defensive years, all-time rebounds, all-time blocks, that's pretty damn good. Ben Wallace has not nearly those same accomplishments defensively, but he also has no offense.
No, he has more accomplishments defensively.
How? Where?
He has more. He has more.
God damn it, Luke. I'm sorry, guys.
He has more titles than. He has more Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Is that the only way we're measuring defensive
At the
success?
top level, yes.
At the top
very,
level?
very top level, yes.
Of
That's
course.
what we're measuring it as.
All right, so the very top accomplishment in basketball are going to be MVP awards.
Yes.
Individual, right?
Yes.
Jordan has more than LeBron, but why do we all consider LeBron to be the GOAT?
It's because of everything else.
Because of everything else. Dwight Howard has way more. He has more rebounds. He has more blocks. He has more all-time blocks.
And that's why Howard is above Ben Wallace.
I completely agree with you on that. But you were the one to compare the two. And I'm just saying as to why Dwight Howard is miles, years above Ben Wallace. And Dwight Howard wasn't even in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben Wallace shouldn't even, arguably, could be in top 10. And I gave it to you. I said, you know what, Ben? I'm gonna give this to you. And I said that Ben Wallace might be a top 10 player of all time for center.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see where your argument is coming from, because he has no offensive prowess. And
you don't have to see where my argument's coming from. This is my opinion. This is my list.
Oh, God damn it. All right.
Thank you.
You got me there.
That was on. That's on you there.
What happened?
He tossed his thing and both mics went red.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, it's been a long ride, but this is the last episode of Inside the Paint podcast. We wanted to end it here in person. Luke is going to be...
I'm going to move to China to live with Yao Ming. And
It will now be my last episode of Inside the Paint now as well, based off of that alone. These boys both pissed me off today. Yeah, if I can make it in the trash can, you guys have to admit that Yao Ming sucks. And that Ben Wallace sucks. Give it to me, boys. Give it to me,
We
boys.
never shook on anything.
Give it to me,
We
boys.
never shook on anything.
Oh, I never took on it. Alright.
Fine. Where's mine? If I make it in, you got to say Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
I've already said that on accident.
No, you said that as an April Fool's joke.
You got to mean it.
Remember when I said it on accident too?
Oh, yeah.
Fine, yeah.
Okay, I'll take you up on that if you do what I asked you to do as well. Deal?
Yeah.
It's a deal?
Yeah.
Is it a deal?
For you guys, yes. I'll create my own deal here in a second.
All right. So if you make it in, you have to call Yao Ming trash, and I will call MJ the GOAT. If you make it in.
Okay.
Deal. Go for it.
Well, I can't see the trash.
I don't got much to worry about.
Well, I will say, though, Yao Ming sucks at many things, but basketball is not one of them.
I was about to fucking...
April Fools. Okay.
You told me just to say Yao Ming sucks. You didn't... You could have said basketball.
All right, whatever.
All right, if I make this, you have to admit Ben Wallace is a top 5 center
Okay.
of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
I got it. But what happened to my happenings? What happened to my shot? Are you going to admit that Ben Wallace is awful if you make it?
Sure.
At basketball.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, we got the idea. How about just say that you can see how someone wouldn't put him in the top 5?
Okay, but you have to admit that you put him in your top 5 now.
Sure, yeah. I ain't got to do any admitting. I ain't got to do any admitting. Don't got to do it.
Fuck!
Okay, well, this has been a great podcast. And we still have one more to go.
We do.
I think I need to take a break before
We definitely all need to
before
take
that
a break.
one.
My
We need to take a beer break.
beer break.
That probably made a lot more noise just from the microphone falling like 2 feet.
Can I just say, it was really awesome to have an in-person podcast.
I know, it was real nice.
Haven't seen Luke in so long. Haven't seen Ben in a very long time as well.
Yeah, it was over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we saw each other.
And I can't wait. Let's do this more often.
If you say Yao Ming is top 10.
Center?
Yeah.
I'll admit this. If you were to say that Yao Ming is a top 10 center of all time, I wouldn't yell at you. I don't agree with it. But I think that everyone's entitled to their opinions, and
But no one can make a list. That's
if you make a list and it disagrees with my list, you're trash, and you deserve to go to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But anyways, we will see you on the Casual Podcast. I don't think we're gonna make one before Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa,
How about just happy holidays, man?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Whatever
holidays.
you celebrate, happy holidays.
and we will see you later.
LeBron's GOAT.